So welcome back. We come to our third session here of the Woodhaven campaign. I am joined by our fantastic cast and crew. Bobik, Alistair, May is back with us this week, and Wild Carver is here as well. The group has just encountered Sarah during the last encounter and has freed her from the clutches of the very, very bad men who are trying to enslave her and do terrible things to magic users. Shortly before that, they encountered a group of guards escorting some prisoners. Amongst them were a couple of tieflings, one of them being the winged variant, possibly perhaps being their friend May, although they did not investigate further. There was also a Goliath among them as well. Perhaps this is their opportunity to find papers, or perhaps they will ignore them and leave the poor souls to their fate. And with that, we pick up on tonight's session. All right, so what would you guys like to do? You've just freed Sarah.
We have to get out of the city.
Yeah, get out of the
Yeah,
city
but
as soon as possible.
We can't just walk right out the front door. So,
Well, can't we
Are we
just
going-
go back? Let's go back down the hole.
are we going
Go
back
back.
the way we came?
Go back
Yeah.
the way we came.
Are you guys going to be able to survive the drop?
Hold on, I'm having trouble opening my character sheet here. Hold on 1 second.
And I survived the drop. How far is the drop down? I can't remember.
Wasn't it like 50 feet or something like that? Or was it only 20?
It's 25.
So, I mean, it's still pretty good fall for a turtle.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't want him to crack his shell.
Uh,
He'll leave rot all over the place.
You guys will be having turtle soup. You already got the mushrooms handy.
uh, I mean, we can climb down. We can use rope. I could find other ways down if I must, but I have no wild shapes left.
I don't really have a sense of how much damage does it do to fall? Just so I have an idea of how scales we're talking about.
It depends on how far you fall and what you land on, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If you're asking if it's going to hurt if you were to jump down, possibly.
No, I was just trying to ask the mechanic involved.
I mean,
So fall
I guess-
damages, you take a certain amount of damage dice per feet fallen.
Okay, cool.
I guess theoretically I could go down first and try and
No.
catch you guys.
It's 25 feet. We will survive this fall.
Just don't want to have to carry one of you on my back because you.
I think we can make it. We
I
can
think
climb
it's
down.
it's a convenient way for us to gain time on these oafs who will be trying to follow us.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I mean, I'll make an acrobatics roll to try to break my fall against the side of the well as I go, but I'm jumping.
Yeah.
I think. But although I don't know if Sarah's down with that, I guess she's like a little girl. We shouldn't throw her down a well.
All right, so you guys are jumping down into the well.
We got to make sure. Is Sarah okay with this plan?
You good with sewer diving?
Are you asking her?
Sarah, we will go down the well. Will you come with us?
Do you think we can get out that way?
Yes, we know we.
Okay. You guys sure do like your dark and creepy places.
Right. So, big guy, you go first. You can catch the girl.
She kind of looks up concerned. Catch?
It'll be fine. Just when I say let go, let go.
He's gonna cast Feather Fall after we all jump.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna go first.
All right.
Yeah.
What should I roll here?
Make an athletics roll for me.
We
25. All right. Yeah, you managed to jump down. It poses relatively no difficulty for you. And you land at the bottom in about a foot of water.
You just hear
Sarah, you should go now.
I actually while Woodcarver, Wild Carver was Woodcarver. While Wild Carver was doing that, to sort of actually never mind. Scratch that. Carry on.
Okay.
Good talk.
All right, so the rest of you begin
will.
to follow him down into the well.
Yeah.
Sarah
So Mike-
hesitantly climbs up on the lip of the well and swings her legs over. She looks down. Are you there? I can't see you.
I can
I
see you.
say,
Are we
may
being
the
pursued?
light
Wait,
bless
actually,
you. And I cast guidance.
are we being pursued right now? Like, what's the urgency of it?
Yeah, so you guys are being pursued. Nobody has noticed where you guys are just yet, but you can hear active, soldiers looking around the town.
Okay.
And Sarah jumps off. And Wild Carver, you manage to catch her and set her down next to you. Who's next?
I'll go. I want to try to sort of like jump down, but also sort of jump back if I can, kind of break my fall on the way down using the wall. But I guess it's an athletics roll either way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you jump over and you kind of put your hands up to the side and kick your feet out and kind of just slide down. And you land at the bottom with relative ease.
Bobik casts guidance on himself and says, "Let the rot take the reins," and then jumps.
I need everybody to make a dex save for me as this turtle just
God.
tucks into his shell and plops over the side.
And rolls 5.
Oh, I
Can I
gotta
try to
guide
catch
guidance
him?
too.
Is that possible?
7.
7.
Oh god.
All right, so as this turtle shell comes hurtling down at you, Alistair, you manage to duck out as Wildcover's taking up most of the space above you guys. And it lands right on top of Wildcarver's head, and he kind of sinks down a bit into the mud, catching the weight of Bobik. You guys have made it down, but it is very crowded in this well now.
So did either Wildcarver or I take damage from that?
No.
Okay. Bobik turns to Wildcarver and he says, "Shells, I would recommend them." And then we keep walking.
All right.
Can you leave your zombies in that chamber underneath the well?
No, the zombies, I deactivated them in the because I thought walking around with zombies in the town might be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And decomposed them in front of horrified people.
That's
All right.
So I feel like as we're walking, Wildcarver's just gonna kind of keep rubbing the top of his head.
Okay. All right, you begin to make your way through the sewers of the city. Eventually, you come upon a junction where the path goes either to the left or to the right. You notice the flow of water is sloping down and to the right, while the path to the left leads off into the darkness and appears relatively dry.
I believe we were keeping track of the route that we took, weren't we? I thought we had.
Yeah, I think we went right, so I think we got to go left, but this is just going the wrong way. The water. Do we remember which way we went before?
I thought we had.
History roll.
I thought we explicitly said.
So the way that you guys came in is most likely to the left.
All right, we're going to the left.
All right. As you head to the left, the slope appears to go up. And at the far end of the tunnel, you see a light in the bars where you guys entered initially. You come out upon the side of the cliff there with the river running below you. appears that the tide has dropped in the river, which is why the tunnel is no longer flooded.
Can I ask a quick question? Did you say that we actually saw May? We wouldn't have.
No, we didn't.
You guys saw a
good.
winged tiefling with 2 unwinged variants.
I see.
But they would have recognized if it was me, I assume, right?
Possibly. It was quite a ways away.
I say, so we're. Whoops. I didn't hear that. What was that?
Nobody said anything.
We're outside of the town now, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are in the river that runs along underneath it.
I say, Alright. Or, no, that's so funny. I started just speaking with a Scottish accent. Sarah, can you break down for us what you learned about what's going on?
I think we should get farther away from town. Hey, where's May, by the way?
Yes, he is our next order of business. He went off to get us papers, but I suspect he probably got himself
Captured.
got himself noticed. None of us should be alone.
Why would you let him go off like that? And she kind of hits you on the chest. You two weren't fighting again, were you?
We tried. No, we tried to stop him, but he was insistent.
Yeah, he always was a stubborn one. Anyway, let's get someplace safe and I'll fill you in on what I know. I think things are worse than we initially imagined.
We sort of gathered as much.
There's some talk of the Elder Gods coming back. Do you know what they mean by that?
Well, we saw something.
We witnessed a. When we were trying to follow you. I'm getting like a weird echo. I think is part of the reason I keep getting distracted here. Is that on my end?
No, I'm hearing it occasionally.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I hear it as well. Somebody might just be hot micing when you talk too loud.
Okay. Is my gain too high? Do I sound very loud?
No, you sound normal to me.
Okay, cool. So I say, yeah, when we were trying to track you down, we came onto, I don't fucking know, some kind of, what would you call it? A ritual in the woods? These were they were trolls, right?
Trolls, yeah.
These trolls seem to bring some kind of storm god down into this little girl.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, Waterdeep is no longer safe, I take it.
Wait a minute, I say.
Well, if we
Tonight
can
you-
get in the city, I have contacts I can use in the
Wait.
Tinkers Guild who will shield us. But I need to find out what's going on with Father. This makes no sense.
we need to find out what's going on. We need to find May. We need to find out what's going on with your father, and we need to find out what the fuck is going on with the world. But before that, the night that you went missing was the night we had the dream, and the night that we met that lady. We never got to talk to you about her.
What lady?
Miri, do you know her?
My mother? It's my mother's name.
What does she look like?
Well, I've only have faint memories of her. She died when I was young. She had long, dark hair and these radiant blue eyes that seemed to glow with an inner light. She was very beautiful, but Father got rid of all of her pictures after she passed. He said he couldn't bear to be reminded of his loss. So, I only have those faint memories. She had the kindest smile, though.
And the woman we saw named Miri had black eyes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wrote down. Okay.
But she
And her
wasn't
but her
changeling, right?
her daughter was a changeling. I think she said that.
She wasn't.
I think she said she wasn't a changeling. Am I right? Is that a correct? I didn't. I wrote the daughter was a changeling. I didn't write specifically that she said
So
she
she
wasn't.
told you that her daughter was a changeling.
Right.
She didn't really specify what she was. She kind of avoided that.
And are you a changeling?
A what?
Are you a
Woman.
changeling?
What's a changeling?
We're not totally sure, but this woman Miri said that her daughter was one. She said she was looking for her.
I change shapes sometimes. Do you change shapes?
And with that, we will jump to May. May, as you've set off a day prior on this trip to Triel to try and find papers, so far you've managed to avoid most of the roadblocks, and you've managed to make it back towards Dragon Spear. As you approach the city, you see something strange. You see a couple of fellow tieflings working in a field. They appear to be doing farmhand chores. And you see that they are all wearing a bracelet on their right wrist, which seems to have some insignia stamped into it.
I don't recognize any significance to that.
You would recognize it as what most people would commonly refer to as a mark of ownership. You would see them on transfer papers for goods and stuff like that. It appears to be of similar design. Of whose it belongs to, you don't know.
So, did I have some kind of plan or tip-off as to where I'm gonna get papers from?
Yes, so you were following up initially on what Ramsey had told you guys about a lord in Triel offering to give you guys papers if you were to go see him.
Oh yeah, and exact details of that. Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to let you know is, and I never mentioned this at the beginning of the last session. One thought I had was once I would have gotten a full rest. Have I had a full rest since the last time I played, or no?
You have not.
A long rest?
No.
Caleb?
No, you have not.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm on the road and I see these tieflings working in the yard,
Yep, they appear to be working in a farm field of some type outside the city outskirts.
Okay. I can't imagine how I could, without having papers and having the appearance that I have, go into any kind of city or development area. Okay. I didn't have any plans for that, right? Like there was no one had come up with any.
No, not really. You just were gonna do your best to try and get papers. You were upset at, being called useless, so you were gonna go try and prove yourself, and that's where we had you leave off.
All right. So, I guess is there a way that I can approach these guys without being too conspicuous?
You have telepathy, right?
I do, but they can't communicate back to me.
They have telepathy as well. They're tieflings.
Well, not all tieflings have telepathy. That's a feat I picked up.
It's a feat. It's a feat.
Yeah. Hold on.
I thought that was a racial feature of them.
No, it was just a regular
That's deep gnomes, I think. Or no, it's the halflings. It's not the deep gnomes. It's the like the ghost halflings. That's the one. They're like yeah.
Ghost halflings. I don't even know about these.
I didn't know that. So that's a racial feat. Shoot, why am I having difficulty? I got my Tasha's here. Sorry, give me a sec here. I don't think they can communicate
Oh, I'm
back,
thinking
right?
that
I
they
think it's
have
just
thaumaturgy. That's what they have.
thaumaturgy, yeah, thaumaturgy. But I actually don't have that because as a winged variant, I give up thaumaturgy.
Oh, you don't have Infernal Legacy?
Correct. The winged ability replaces
Oh.
Infernal Legacy. Sorry, guys. No one has the answer to this, right? Of whether or not they can communicate back. Why am I
It
having such
appears
a
they
tough time
cannot.
finding it?
Unless you have message, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they could just
So I
talk
guess
to you.
what I wanted to say is, so if it were up to me, the idea that I had of May breaking off was that he would have focused more on going back to trying to retrace his steps and find Sarah, which it sounds like is what the group ended up doing. And then the other thing was I was going to try to take a long rest at some point, and then prepare sending, is that the spell? And then try to communicate with Sarah, if I understood correctly,
Yeah,
directly.
that's a super good idea.
That was my thought, but can I do that?
Sure.
Can I
Yeah, you can take
because I don't want
you
to
can
make
take a long
myself
rest.
known. I don't want to be seen.
Yeah, that's not a problem. So we'll say that you took a long rest,
Okay.
and then you attempt to contact Sarah via sending.
Yep. Let me see. It's range is unlimited.
It's an incredible spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one
cool.
I told. Did I tell you guys? Was I tell you guys something about the idea
Yeah,
of like doing like a
DDoS.
yeah,
What is it? What?
doing like
How
an
many-
organized DDoS attack on like an archmage by like a bunch of
Oh,
smaller.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ending, yeah.
Okay, so if and I don't know where Sarah is, but there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive if she's on a different plane than me. Okay. So and
25
the creature
words,
hears
right?
the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. Okay, so I will say 25 words or less.
Mm-hmm.
So I will try to communicate with Sarah. Let me do a long rest.
All right, so that brings us up to about the same time where they're at right now.
Okay. So sorry guys. Give me a sec here.
Sending is so awesome.
Yeah.
Because I gotta prepare my spells too, so I gotta fit sending in. All right, I'm getting rid of healing spells. Okay. So I will cast sending, and I will tell. I'll ask Sarah. Let's see. Where are you? Does she know that it's from me, or do I have to introduce myself?
She would recognize it's from you. It's part of the spell.
So I would say, where are you? Do you need help? I am near Dragon Spear. Please, at least let me know you're okay. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And then she has the opportunity to respond.
Yeah.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we will jump back to the other group. As you guys are making your way along the river, are you heading towards the coast or are you heading inland?
Honestly, I think we should be heading towards that town Triel.
Yeah.
Because we
Try to
think that's
find-
where because we think that's where May is.
Yeah, we're gonna try to head for me.
So you guys are heading away from Waterdeep then?
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Sure. Yeah, as you guys continue heading down, following the coastline or going back to the tradeway?
I think we'd probably stay off the tradeway, but like stick to these hills and forests, but so we can see stuff, but duck into the woods.
Sure. Yeah. As you guys begin heading off, Sarah stops suddenly. May? May, is that you? We're just outside of Daggerford. I'm with the others. You're by Dragonspear? We're on our way, unless you can meet us. And that's the message you hear, May.
Okay.
The rest
So
of you heard this
what I'll
as
do
well.
with
She said
that
this
is-
out loud.
She said that out loud. Okay. What I'll do is I'll send one more messaging, and I think it makes most sense. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll send another messaging, and I'll say, or sending,
Yeah.
and I'll say that I will I'll head back in your direction. I'll stick to, shall we say, the north side. I'll be on the north side of the tradeway, near-ish the road, and also try to keep out of sight directly from the road. And try to meet up with you guys halfway.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right, so you both begin heading off to meet each other.
I think we should find those magic users who are being taken away along our journey. Maybe we can find some information from them.
Who are you talking about?
That train,
Caravan.
the caravan, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe.
I think I would have to agree with Bobik on that one.
You guys are saying just free people, just run around liberating people, or as a way of finding out what's going on? Because I mean
Yeah.
that's
So I think if we can guards.
Yeah.
I think that would be the easiest and fastest way to discern what papers we need so you could recreate them.
Well, I think you're right. It would be easiest and fastest, but I don't necessarily think it would be the best way to do it because
But hear me out.
we'd be okay.
So if we free those people, they're more apt to be, I don't want to say like
If we sow chaos will cover our tracks.
There's certainly wisdom there, but if we make a habit of waylaying the soldiers of whoever is leading this ridiculous crackdown, will they not bring the hammer down even harder looking for us? I certainly don't like the idea of watching anyone be hauled away in chains, and would love to get a little exercise. But I don't know.
Let us see what we see. The rot may provide.
Perhaps if we could do it without ourselves being seen, that would be a little more appealing to me. I don't know. I think we're in a lot of danger.
like under the cover of night.
Yeah, or right, not in a very public setting, or in disguise. I don't know.
So Wild
yeah,
Cover
well, that
can move
worked out
really
last time.
fast on this map. And we can move really fast on the map because of that. So we should be able to catch up to that caravan. Just see.
You can certainly investigate.
Is that what you guys are gonna do? You're gonna try and catch up to the caravan?
We're gonna go get May first.
You know, I mean, it's all in the same direction. They're heading down the tradeway.
Yep.
Right? Let's head along. See if we meet up with May.
All right, so you guys are beginning to head down the tradeway. May, you start making your way north, keeping off the road as much as possible while keeping sight of it. May, eventually you spy a caravan coming down towards you. It consists of 2 wagons. You see there is armed guards. There's about 4 guards per wagon. And there appears to be an odd collection of creatures chained up following behind the wagons. There's a large Goliath. There are 3 tieflings, 1 of the winged variety, 2 of the non. And then there appears to be a couple of smaller creatures, perhaps halflings or gnomes.
Okay. And there are 4 guards, you said?
Per wagon. There's 2 wagons, so 8 guards total.
2 wagons. Got it. Okay.
They're about 200 feet from you traveling down the tradeway. Where you are, you're kind of up on a hill overlooking, and you're relatively well hidden from them.
Am I close enough to recognize that none of them are people that I know?
Make a perception roll. 24. As you look them over, you don't see anybody that you would recognize immediately. You do, however, notice that they are all bearing, or all the guards are bearing the same sigil, as if they're part of a house guard of some type.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to write good notes on... Is it possible to rewind for a second? What was the info that we got from one of those dead bodies at the end of 2 sessions ago? That was a noble from the city.
I got it. It was Hilliard and Rosa.
Uh-huh.
The dead Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard and Rosa.
Hilliard and Rosa. And they
And
said something about
we
their...
have his signet ring. We have their signet ring.
Oh, right. And I have the ring, I think, right?
Sure.
Anyway, so do I recognize the sigil? Is this the same as the sigil of the 2 tieflings I saw in the field outside?
So it is not the same as that. It is more of a coat of arms. You're welcome to make a history roll to determine who it belongs to.
Sure.
Sounds like
and also, is it related at all to that secret organization, that branch of the Zentarim, or anything else that we've come across so far? History, you said?
Yep.
Branch of the what?
The Zentarim. I've misplaced my notes. Sorry,
What is
guys.
that?
In the very first session, do you remember, Jake? There was we came across some paper or something that Sarah found, and there was a symbol. She recognized it as some organization that her dad is tangled up in, which is a branch of a secret organization in the...
The White Hand, a rival guild known to trade in illicit substances, an offshoot of the Zentarum, a secretive organization that craves power, self-serving thieves, spies, and assassins. Okay,
there you go. Yeah,
He's got the notes.
He's got that.
Good.
I forgot. It's fun. You can see why I need to write notes when you watch me forget in real time. Forget that I wrote something down and just in front of my own face.
Yep, that's me. I need to find I had a piece of paper where I had written the notes for this.
So with your 15, you don't immediately recognize it as anything sinister. It looks very familiar to the Romas family crest. Romas.
Have we come across that name before? I don't think so.
You have in your reading about the Lords of Waterdeep.
Okay, so one of the lords. Okay. But not Sarah's family, or because they're the never mind. Okay. So
Sarah's family is the Oberons.
The Oberons, yeah. So I keep going. try to stay be quiet and stay out of sight. As
I
they
guess we
go
could
by.
probably try to like steal.
The papers from the guard. I'm sure the guards have the papers for all the people in their caravan.
Yeah,
Maybe.
whatever. We could just roll them. Who gives a shit?
All right, so with that, you kind of keep off to the side and then you pass by. The rest of you soon catch up and you see the caravan ahead of you about half a mile distant.
Do we see May?
You've not seen May yet.
All right.
Oh, they caught up to the caravan, but we passed each other?
You guys have not passed each other. The caravan's about a half mile ahead of them.
Oh, half mile ahead. Okay.
So I'm going to make a perception roll to see what I can see about the caravan.
Oh, yeah, and I've got my familiar
gonna say your
circling as
owl.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you guys look over the caravan, it appears to be the same one that, in fact, that you guys saw before. You noticed the family crest on all the guards' uniforms. 4 guards per wagon, 2 wagons. The tieflings and the Goliath and the gnomes. You also, as your owl is flying around, you spot a tiefling hiding up on a hill off to the side about 400 feet or so from the caravan, and it looks very similar to May.
I have my familiar sort of swoop sort of down in a way where it passes like relatively close to May to catch his attention, and then flies back over towards us.
All right, May. So you're getting dive bombed by an owl.
No, it's just nearby, so he sees it.
Do I recognize that as Alistair's?
You would recognize that as Alistair's familiar. Yeah.
Okay,
Day
sounds
owl.
good. Sounds good. So I make my way over to the group.
All right.
What time of day is it?
Right now it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And how far are we from Dragon Spear?
Make a survival roll.
All right. Obic's pretty good at that.
I mean, I should be able to answer that because I've just come from right outside Dragonspear, right? So.
Yeah. So with the knowledge of you two, you guys are about 6 miles from Dragonspear.
So the caravan's probably going to get there before nightfall.
Most likely, yes. It'll be there within the next hour or so.
All right.
It's a
Unless there's some way we could break a wheel.
I can certainly make the road difficult to traverse if we get past them. Make it impossible for the wagons to go by.
We can definitely get past them. I think. I mean, I would assume.
Yeah. We can move fast.
So what would you
Let's
guys
do
like
it.
to do? You want to move past them?
So, we're trying to get the papers. That's the main goal here, right? Of interacting with them.
But Bobic also wants to free all these people.
Yeah.
That's Bobic's prime motive.
Yeah.
He could give a shit about papers.
I'm warming up to the idea of creating more chaos. Although I will point out that it will likely get many of them killed in the end. So if you are one to think about this from the perspective of what's likely to happen to these folks, keep in mind that even though we get the nice feels of letting them go right now, in all likelihood they're going to get stomped.
Death
The
is
world-
all part of the cycle.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, I definitely would be in favor of freeing them as well. Do we think that the 4 of us or 5 of us with Sarah can take on 8 guards? What's our plan here?
We didn't have much trouble with 4 of them earlier, so
Okay.
there were 3 of us. And like I said, I can stop the wagons, and then while they're dealing with that, we jump them, I think.
Or I could
And-
just, take the key
Well,
off.
yeah.
Take the key off one of their belts and set up and make a bunch of new friends right away.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a really good plan. So
Sounds good. Yeah, we might as well
can
try
we,
that, and then if they realize what's going on and all hell breaks loose, then we fight, right?
yeah. So Caleb, can we get ahead of them and find like an area in the road where like it would be, um,
Before we do, should we get more intelligence about, like, just a little bit of an update from Sarah? Does she have any more information about what's happening in the world? Now that we have May. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if you want to quiz Sarah now, you can do that if you'd like.
It's going to take a bunch
Oh
of
yeah.
time, and
So
they'll go,
first of
and
all,
they'll.
I forgot to do some role playing. I would be very
Yeah.
happy to see that Sarah's okay. I would ask you guys what happened, and I'm assuming you guys would fill me in.
Mhm. Be like,
And then
like we can't separate again like that, man. We got to. I think we gotta stick together, or we're all gonna get taken down.
I agree. So, um, so now we're all in agreement that we're going to try to save these folks from the caravan.
yeah. So is there like an area where, I guess what I want to do is make the road impassable in an area where it would be difficult to bring the wagons around it. So they'll have to either like get out and clear the road or
Mm-hmm.
So
or
they're
stop.
traveling along a heavily traveled main highway.
Mm.
If you were to try and block it off, there may be an option to do it at one of the roadblocks, but then you'd have to face more guards, or you might be able to lure them off somehow. That is all I will say on that.
We could lure them off with an illusion. Or we could simply start shooting at them. No.
we
But I
certainly
mean,
could.
but I mean, if the goal is to,
There
I guess
doesn't appear to be anybody around at this time either, so. But you guys are about 6 miles from town.
Is there by any god awful chance, is there a like an abandoned, destroyed wagon or anything off to the side of the tradeway?
Make a perception roll for me.
I have an idea. Skills. This may not work out the way I want it to. Sweet.
As you look around, there doesn't appear to be any destroyed wagons. There are a couple of broken wagon parts that people have left behind after they fixed their wagons.
Would it be enough to make it look like a ambushed site? Potentially.
It would take a lot for you to make it look like an ambush site. There's only a couple of broken wheels and maybe an axle hub.
Can I just
have
ask,
another.
what is the reason that we're trying to create a thing on the road to stop them?
My thought was I was just going to cast Erupting Earth and explode the road at the front of the car to stop the wagon, to stop them and maybe take a couple of the guards out. That was.
Is your concern though that if we attack them, they're gonna just run away?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know.
So, if I may suggest something, I could use suggestion to either, at the very least, lure them off, with telepathy, out in the woods or something, or at least one of them, and some or all of them may follow. Or can we tell Caleb if one of them is kind of the boss, and see if we could suggest him to then order the release of all the people? That may work. And it lasts for 8 hours.
So there appears to be a large man riding in the front wagon who's dressed in merchant clothes. It's possible he could be the caravan boss.
Oh,
So
that's interesting. This is a slave caravan.
Yes.
Yeah. So what if I tell the boss, what if I try to suggest to the boss telepathically to let, to basically just release all the slaves with papers? That way it'll be legit, and it'll take 8 hours before he comes to and realizes that was a bad idea.
I don't think suggestion works like that. I think suggestion, you have to say something that is something that they would naturally do. Like right, you're like playing on their intention. So like the guy where we were like, you should go home and be with your wife. It's something he normally wants to do.
Yeah.
Like, you should,
Mhm.
your shift is over. You should go home. So like, I don't think you could tell a merchant to give away all of his stuff. Right?
Goods. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like what I think you might be able to do is convince him to, stop and for the night, or convince him to convince
Like
him
get
to
off the road or something.
to get off
Yeah.
the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can
Yeah.
so we can ambush him.
Troll
Yeah.
sign,
Okay.
troll sign on the horizon. Best to
A
camp here.
maintenance check.
Yeah, exactly. Troll sign on the horizon, best to camp here. Something like that. Yeah, exactly.
So So just really quick, if I may, kind of a moment of pause to make sure that I understand this correctly. Can I read out the description of suggestion? So it says, you suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, and magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make the course of action sound reasonable. Asking the creature to stab itself, throw itself onto a sphere, immolate itself, or do some other obviously harmful act ends the spell. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finishes. What you asked it to do. So, again, you guys have played this game longer than I have, but just reading that, it seems like something like this may apply. But are you telling me, Caleb, that it just definitely flat out wouldn't work, and May would know that it wouldn't work, right? Yeah. Okay. And that would potentially
Yeah,
fall outside.
It would
a
also
merchant
have to be
isn't
close
going to
enough for it to
release all
hear
their
you.
slaves.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not mind control. It's softer than that.
No.
Yeah.
Right, you gotta
Okay.
you gotta look at it in the context of the other enchantment powers.
Yeah.
It's better
Yeah,
than charm
got it.
person and worse than dominate person, and
Got
then dominate person. No, seriously. I mean, think about it in
Dominate
the
person,
setting of the other abilities.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. Thanks for clarifying. So, so I suggest that I use suggestion to lure them off, and then we ambush them. Anyone have a better idea?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. So can I try to get close enough so that I'm within 60 feet and they don't really see me, and I make a suggestion to the main boss guy? I say, oh,
So I'm hoping that he can tell. He says, best to pull, danger ahead, pull off the road, and then or something like that. They pull off the road, and then we hit them off the road.
do we have?
I'd like to try to choose a
cover?
location. Exactly. I'd like to try to choose a location that has a few different places with cover.
Yeah.
Like a tree line.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do we have something like that, Caleb?
Right. Or and if that is. Yeah, so we're gonna be in one of those tree lines. Try to pull them off. If they don't, then I'm going to explode the earth on the road, and then we're gonna take. Yeah.
Does this guy does this guy look like he has like a lot of different jewelry and stuff? No. There's no. You could suggest to him that like one of his rings fell off.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And he
as
has
like
to go
a way
looking
to
for
get
it.
him to like greedily make the entire caravan turn around and go back an hour, or something.
Oh, okay. Well, am I getting them to go back, or am I just getting them to veer off the
No.
road?
We were trying to get them to veer off, but Caleb was
Yeah.
saying that might be hard, and also
Yeah.
we're like not that far from town.
Yeah. So,
But I don't know. It was just a thought.
no, that sounds great. But what do you guys think? I think we're still far enough from town that just veer off should be our goal, right?
Yeah, I
Sound
think
good to
5
everybody?
miles out is probably okay. Yeah,
All right, cool.
Okay.
let's do it.
So, so I will. So, why don't you guys go and get tucked away out in the woods? And can you? I don't need to like show myself, right, guys? You would agree. I'll just be off on the side, and I'll just telepathically put the thought in his mind, right? We'll see
Yep.
how that goes. Okay. So I will, Caleb. I will try to do that, and I will cast suggestion, and I will say, these roads can be treacherous. Best move the caravan, towards the left or wherever the direction is that we've hidden in, into the trees to hide for a little while.
All right.
Okay.
So,
So that didn't work.
20
Okay.
feet. Can I see a 20 feet cube that hits a couple guards and maybe takes out one of the wagons without hurting slaves?
And are the
Okay.
wagons open?
Okay.
So they could have a bunch of like innocent people inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast exploding earth on a cube that hits as many as I can on one side of the caravan, with also the intent of like crippling the wheel of one of them. Of course, I'm waiting until they're like right. Yeah. Okay. So 20-foot cube. Let me see. I want to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna hit. Let me see.
Oh, the guards are all around. Okay.
We get no.
Oh, and there's 9 of them. There's 8 guards and the noble guy.
What if you move that over
You wanted me to hit the noble guy?
this one, right?
How do I make all
Do
these shapes?
that, and then you take out the. I don't know how big of a square you need.
How do I make these shapes go away? Oh, there we go.
Like that, and then you knock out that guy, and you can actually effectively take out that horse.
Yeah. Soul intake
How
monster.
did you get rid of that?
I see soul intake monster on the. Yeah. So I like Alistair's plan. I'm gonna cast erupting earth there, hit the wheel, hit the horse, hit those guys.
Was that my plan?
Right there. Yep, right there. All right, so I cast erupting earth.
Worse.
Yeah. Within range, a fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on that point. Each creature in that area must make a dexterity. So the ground just explodes beneath them.
Okay, cool. That is a Dex 16 save.
Wait,
And then
what?
that's all difficult terrain too.
Am I out in the
That's
open?
a fail. This guy goes flying up, hits his head on a tree, and is dead.
Oof.
That guy is
Sweet.
gonna make the save, and the horse kind of stops and loses its footing and falls down, and this wagon is incapacitated.
Okay.
With that, I will have you guys make your initiative rolls.
Don't forget
Can
to
I-
click on your character.
Wait, we couldn't
I-
have done a coordinated surprise attack round?
We
I'm
didn't-
gonna have you make your initiative rolls as you guys do your surprise attack.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Okay. Did I hit this wheel too? That it was my intention to bust up this wheel.
Let's see. No, that one did not hit.
All right. Okay.
How do I get rid of that square?
Click
You
the
got to
square
click
and
on
then
it
delete.
and then push the delete button. Oh, nice initiative, Bobik. It's real good.
There's squares popping up all over the place. What's going on
I
here?
get. Fucking get rid of them.
You push the use the select button. Click on the
Oh, there we
square
go.
and then
All right,
delete it.
I got
Yeah. Got it.
Oh, you got rid of the big one.
Get rid of
Soul
all-
intake monster. I'll redo the big one.
All right.
Okay, it was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all difficult terrain.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
as you know,
But it's not like a hole in the ground at this
no,
point.
no,
right?
it's just like a whole bunch of churned up earth.
Got it.
It's like I put a bomb under the ground, basically.
Got it. Got it. I'm wondering if this would be a good opportunity. It'll be my last third spell slot, but for Spirit Guardians
I
to,
wouldn't.
an AoE to hit the bad guys and not hit any of the good guys.
It's an amazing spell, but I personally I would save it. I think that we got
Yeah,
this.
we
Yeah.
should be okay. Okay, sounds good.
I think we're pretty good.
All right.
Sounds good.
So that will bring us next to Alistair for your surprise action.
Can I have been behind this tree? I mean, I would have. I'm like a sneak attacker.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So I will. Everyone's down here. This guy who's in the square is affected or no?
This guy is not. He made his
Not
save.
affected. Okay.
He's on difficult terrain.
Okay. Yeah, I'll step out and I'll snipe this guy.
Oh, I think he takes
for the
half
further
damage
away.
though.
I'm sorry.
You should go for the further away guy.
Why?
Because I can make it to this guy. Oh, I didn't mean to move my character.
Caleb, did he
Oh, I
take
see
12
what you're saying.
damage?
He
He's
did.
in-
Yep.
Before I can get to anybody else.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine, I'll go for this guy. I figured that the two down here are gonna be.
What would you like to do, Alistair?
Yeah, I'll take a step out and take a shot at this dude up here.
All right.
And this is so it's sneak attack, and because I'm hidden, it's with advantage. Is that right?
Correct. But you guys have advantage anyway because it's a surprise round.
Oh, is that the case? I didn't know that. Sweet.
Who as a thief you would, yeah.
Okay.
19 will hit.
That's 23.
He takes an arrow
And
to
then
the neck and falls to the ground.
Wrong one.
And
Oh, was
Oh, nice.
I was going for this one.
Oh.
Whoa. And then I take a step back and use my bonus action to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth roll for me. 19. Yep, you slip into the shadows. Nobody notices.
Very stealthily done, sir.
All right, May, your surprise action.
I will try. What's the range on Toll the Dead? 60
That's
feet.
good range. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I? Where's my range tracker thing? I want to reach one of the farthest people that I can.
So from you, that would probably be this guy.
Well, you can.
There
you
we
can
go.
hit up-
Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah. This guy. How about?
These two would be the
How about this
farthest.
guy? Yeah. Let's do this guy.
Okay.
I point my finger at him, and I say, "Be at peace." And I cast the spell. Oh,
Alright.
let me cast it.
Con save, right?
Wisdom, actually.
Wisdom save.
Yeah. Oh. Bad
He
damage roll.
fails his wisdom save.
Okay, but only 6 damage.
You see him put his hands up to his ears and shake his head and start screaming.
It doesn't sound like he's at peace.
Yeah.
Any
Didn't really
movement?
work out that way. Huh?
Any movement from you, May?
I'll put myself a little bit towards the front. Am I wrong? Do I have one of the higher ACs in our group? I have an AC of 18.
Yes.
What does everyone else have?
I have 15.
You're a cleric, so you probably would.
Okay.
I
mean, I'm-
That's just silly.
What's yours, Bobik?
20,
Okay, and Wildcarver?
I'm 15.
15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll stand somewhere in the front-ish. I don't get to wear... I'm not the type of cleric that can wear heavy armor, but I'm not bad, so 18, yeah. So, anyway.
Alright, Wildcarver, your surprise action.
Okay, so I am going to rage. And then I'm going to... I don't want that one. I want him. I'm going to move up to him. And we're going to attack him with the greatsword.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Are those the
Oh,
slaves?
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
have
no,
them
no.
before,
Wait,
sorry.
I have
Damn.
Those both miss.
nice. I like it.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. I'm done.
Alright, Bobik, you're up.
So
That was a waste of
Bobik is going to cast his symbiotic action or symbiotic entity, his wild shape, and then he's going to activate his shillelagh as a bonus action, and then he's going to run up here. I think that's as far as I can go. And then I'm going to cast Halo of Spores on the one that is already reeling from having been smacked by the exploding earth. So Halo of Spores. Oh wait, it's con saving throw, DC 16, Constitution saving throw, on this guy.
This guy? Okay.
Yeah.
He got a 17.
Bam. All right.
Silly
That is my turn.
rule question. A spell or ability that says that it's a bonus action, you could cast it as a regular action if you wanted to, right? If you needed to use up your bonus action with something else instead.
I don't know.
That's a good
Oh, okay.
question.
I'll have to look that up. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Usually I've never
Yeah, I
had
don't
anybody
know.
want to do that, so...
Yeah, just occurred to me. Anyway.
If you have an abundance of different bonus action choices.
Yeah, like Healing Word, maybe you use up a different bonus action, and then you also want to cast Healing Word in the same turn. You don't want to use any other actions, can you?
Use bonus
I
action
assume you
as
can,
an action.
but-
No, actions cannot be traded for bonus actions.
Oh, there you go. Okay, good to know.
All right. My turn's done.
Okay. With that, we come to Sarah, who has pulled a little gizmo out of her pocket. Set it on the ground.
Cannon. It is. It's a cannon.
Is it? Awesome.
Probably based on our.
The artillerist armorer. You get it's one of the coolest things is that you can be completely creative and just make shit up. I feel like or not armorer.
Artificer.
Artificer. Yeah, they can you just like make up your tech type. It's cool.
Gizmo.
Nice.
That thing's cool.
Alright, and that brings us to the top of the initiative as this guard comes lunging towards Bobek, screaming, "There's a rotting turtle attacking us, my lord!" And he swings his spear. 18's probably not going to hit.
Does not hit.
Alright.
Bounces off my shield.
Nice.
This guy is going to scramble up and then move this way, make his attack. 25 will hit, I'm sure.
It will.
That's going to be 14 piercing damage.
Ooh, oof.
Oof.
Now, my wild shape is... I forgot how many temporary hit points it gives me. 20.
Yeah.
So how much piercing damage was it?
14.
14. So I still have 10 temporary HP. Okay.
With that, we go to Sarah, who is going to pull out her rifle. And get a crit. Oh, that's interesting. The dice on D&D Beyond has a heartbeat when you land a crit.
Oh.
So yeah, you see Sarah pull out this rifle and it fires off this slug of light as you just watch this man get vaporized and explode into a fine cloud of red mist. Alistair, you're up.
Alright. Surveying the field here. Perfect. I'm like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Hold on one second. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, did the notable guy attack us?
With advantage. It's 22 hit.
22 will hit. Who are you aiming for?
Oh, this guy over here.
Yeah, 22 will hit.
You're gonna take out the caravan leader, huh?
Is that the leader?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
so.
oh.
I was gonna propose maybe we should try to save him for last.
Yeah, no. I wasn't trying to kill the leader. I thought
Okay.
that was. I thought the leader was in one of the wagons.
That is the merchant leader, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to kill him. What's he doing actually? Cowering?
No, he has drawn weapons as well.
Ooh.
Does he look fierce?
He's not on the turn order.
He looks relatively strong for a large man being a merchant.
Does he look more? Does he look like he knows what he's doing more than the guards? I guess is what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. And is he going at Bobek?
He has not addressed anybody on the field just yet.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll shoot this guy instead. Let me just make sure he's in range. Yep, I'm good. So that will do 22.
Okay, that will hit.
22 points of damage.
You're gonna use your roll from before, not re-roll it because
Oh.
you're changing targets. I see how it is.
I'm happy to re-roll my roll with advantage to see if I get a critical. Would you like me to?
Go for it.
Does 18 hit?
18 will hit.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to do anything shady.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, 21 points
This
of
guy,
damage.
you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, okay, whatever. And then I hide again.
Alright, make that stealth roll. Nope. Do not slip into the shadows this time, my friend.
Fine, I'll hide first next round.
May, you're up.
Me?
Yep.
What do we have left? Okay. Let's the one that I had done some damage to is dead, or is he this guy?
Which guy?
Is this the guy that I had done 6 damage
He is
to?
bloodied.
Yes.
Okay. So, I will come up here to provide some protection, maybe-ish, to Wildcarver, and I'll cast Toll the Dead again on this guy. Ugh. What is up with these damage rolls?
Sorry, which one again?
He's
guy, same guy?
Yeah, this
Okay.
one, yeah.
Look for the rainbow.
Yeah, he makes his save again, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Last time he didn't make this.
Yes. Last time he didn't, sorry, yes.
Yeah, no worries. Alright. That's my turn.
Alright, so that actually
Oh,
brings
cover,
us...
you didn't take any damage, did you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now that you open your mouth, though.
You gotta take damage. He's gotta attack you, right? So you can stay raging.
Well, no, because I attacked him.
Oh
So
yeah.
I maintain my
Alright,
rage.
with that,
Yeah.
you
Okay,
guys happen to notice a small halfling has come up and started undoing the shackles of the slaves.
Oh, nice.
Good work.
This guard is
Like
going...
May you be blessed
another
by the
small
lot.
halfling. Hold on, a small halfling came out from the woods or something, or what?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Meeting the
Hey.
resistance.
You
Finally,
notice,
yeah, we need to meet the resistance.
you notice that she's wearing gear very similar to Sarah's machinations. You see that she has a similar staff / gun type thing slung on her back, and she's wearing these goggles made of glass.
Did they look like my goggles?
They kind of do in a way, yes. Very similar design. This guy is going to run up and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, that's difficult. So, he's gonna get here. And he's gonna throw his spear at Bobik. And miss.
And now he has no weapon.
That is correct. This guy...
Slap it out of the way with your shield.
That clatters to the ground over here. This guy is going to make a stab at Wildcarver. Ooh, crit hit. That's a 24. It's 17 piercing damage.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Stone Endurance.
Okay.
I'm gonna save 4. Reduced by 4.
Okay, 17 minus 4.
13 damage.
Aren't you raging though?
Oh yeah, so it's half of that.
It's not. It's 17
Yeah.
divided by 2 minus 4,
Yeah.
right? So it would be...
I believe the endurance comes off first in the order of operations.
Alright.
So you have attack damage, which is then subtracted by modifiers and then halved.
Huh, okay.
So that puts me at 6 damage taken.
Yep.
7 damage.
7.
7 damage.
Okay, I will take it.
Alright, that brings us to your turn. And slice him in two.
I'm going to. 'Cause now I'm angry. Why is it not coming up? There it is. No, I'm not.
Wow.
I feel your pain so much right now.
Yet 12 is not gonna hit. Any movement?
All right. No.
All right, Bobik, you're up.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my reaction to raise a zombie from the corpse that was right there. The fungal infestation.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast or hit this dude with my shillelagh.
This dude right here.
Yes.
Okay. 13 is not going to hit.
All right. And then that is my turn, but the zombie goes next.
All right.
So there's a zombie here.
Yep.
And I'm going to have him run up and slap that dude. And he just has a zombie stat block.
All right. That's at 20. That is going to hit. And he whacks this guy pretty good. This guy is now bloodied. Right. This guy is going to freak out and start running away. With this, the merchant gets up.
Which guy was running away? I didn't see him. Sorry.
This guy up here.
Guy over here.
Oh, I see him now. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
The merchant stands up and begins chanting.
Oh.
Not good.
Cast silence.
All right. I need Bobik to make a wisdom save for me.
Ooh,
As
I'm
you
pretty
feel,
good at that one.
Hang on.
As you feel something probe the back of your mind. Oh man,
Oh.
so close. DC 18 on that, unfortunately.
What?
Whoa.
So you hear a voice in your mind and you feel a presence overwhelm your mind. You hear a command, join me and fight for me.
Is it coming?
You
Can
do
you tell
have
who it's coming
advantage on
from?
that wisdom save, by the way. I forgot to mention that. It's
I have
dominate person,
advantage?
because you guys are hostile. You'd have advantage. Never mind, you make the save. So
The rot is not so easily swayed.
yeah. That we come to the guard next to you. It's going to make an attack and probably miss. Yeah.
Was that
5.
from the merchant? Sorry, Caleb. That attempt at
Yeah.
controlling his mind.
So you would see that the merchant uttered some words, and you saw Bobik pause for a second, as if he was fighting something you couldn't see.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sarah is going to take aim. Bobik, there's a strange-looking mushroom creature next to you, and she's gonna fire off. Let's see.
At the Fung Dead.
15. That will hit the zombie. Let's see how much damage it does. She blows the zombie apart. Sorry, Bobik.
Okay.
Alistair, you're up. Oh, sorry, I forgot to have her cannon do a thing. Her cannon is going to fire off at this guy.
Him through.
Let's see if he makes the save. Wow, you get a 20 on that. Okay, he makes the save. Alistair, you're up.
Jake?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just doing math.
Oh. You're trying to figure out where you can get to and still hit him.
But I have other objectives too. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna use my I move to come to here. Whoops. And oh, sorry. I gotta be here so I can hide, and then I'll bonus action hide, and then attack from hiding. Right? Correct.
Bonus action hide and then attack from hiding. Yes.
Okay.
I'll have to make the stealth roll to see if you hide successfully. Yep, not a problem.
All right, attacking from hide.
Attacking this guy? The runner?
Oh right, he was off my screen. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Is he in my range? He might not be in my range. Oh, he's well within my range. Yeah, attacking the runner. I like ranged. Alright. 19.
19 will hit. That is going to take him in the back, and he stumbles forward as he collapses down dead. Anything else, Alistair?
No, sorry, end of turn.
Alright. May, you're up.
Who of the 3 standing guards has taken any damage?
These two over here.
Okay. I will target this one with. I'm just a one-trick pony at this point. I don't know. Does anyone need me to do anything else? I'm just gonna be firing cantrips unless someone.
Do you have
needs
hold
me to.
person?
I did not have that prepared. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. I don't think I do. Let me just make sure. I do not. All right. There we go. If it
Which
hits.
one is that on?
This one. This guy.
Let's see. That will hit.
Yay!
And that will kill him as he collapses to the ground. His eyes start bleeding, and you see just blood run out of his nose as his brain can't comprehend the sound of death.
Well, that was very. Okay, am I supposed to not use the spell as a good character now or something, or?
It's a totally cleric spell.
He got told. He got told.
He got told.
It was his time. It was his time. He is now at peace. He had to suffer to get there, but he is now at peace.
Death is just a natural part of the cycle, May.
There you go. Preach.
Embrace
Preach.
the lie.
Bobik can rock zombies. I think that you can inflict necrotic damage.
Yeah.
All right. Any movement?
No. No attack of opportunities for this guy.
All right. End of turn.
Did Wildcarver take any damage?
He took
I have
7
taken
points of damage. Yeah.
He can handle it. I'll hold off.
All right. We'll move on. This guard is going to be like, "Sorry, boss. It's just not worth the pay anymore." And he will disengage and begin booking it. Wildcarver, you're up. No, wait, sorry. This lady is going to undo the shackles of these as they... Let me just see. I imagine they would go next. Roll their initiatives. Yeah.
Thank you.
So they are all going to start heading off and getting to relative safety.
That one's not going to get safety that way.
You see this kind of halfling woman kind of round them up, and she calls out, Wait! I need to speak to you first. Go stand over there. We'll make sure it's safe. You, continue taking out the guards. I will handle the merchant master." And she begins to move towards him. Wildcarver, you are up.
Okay, so I'm gonna chase after this guy. And I just realized that I can make 2 attacks, not 1.
Right, because we're over level 5.
You're right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have told you that.
So we're going to start that one.
That will hit.
There you go.
I might not have to make my second attack.
That will hamstring him as he falls down and bleeds out.
Sweet. So, yeah, I moved 25 feet, so...
Attack his dead body.
40,
You have an
70.
extra attack. Don't waste an attack.
Wait, and do what with his dead body? What did you just say?
I said you have an extra attack. Don't waste a perfectly good attack before
Yeah,
you
but
move.
there's nothing for me to attack.
His body.
What am I going to do? Just chop him in half?
I'm just saying. I was just
You're,
trying to.
you're raging, so maybe.
I'm just trying to help. When we
Right.
were playing with
Why
my
not?
when we were playing with my like 6-year-old daughter and my buddies were here and we were playing with their 2 kids, I was playing a barbarian and I got like overzealous and like did basically this after a fight while raging, and my friend that she was DMing looked at me like I was totally.
You can use May as a punching bag if you need to retain your rage.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, I will maintain my rage. So
Yeah,
He's
if I
already
move
made the
back-
attack, so he doesn't
Yeah.
have
Oh
to
yeah,
make
he's
the
already
second.
that.
right.
And he's got
Here.
javelins he can throw at people, so.
And then, I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to throw a javelin at that.
But you can. But I'm saying for next turn, you can get closer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move back here. And that'll end my movement and my turn.
Alright. With that, we'll go to the last guy standing who was going to make a final desperate
get to
attack
go.
on Bobik.
I didn't get to go.
Oh, right. Sorry, Bobik. Yes, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna shillelagh that guy.
He's not going to make an attack on you and get that crit hit. He just landed. So, he's dead.
All right, so I smack him with my magical shillelagh, and then I run up to this guy, and then Halo of Spores him with my reaction, which is DC 16 con save.
Alright.
Oh, but it's double. It's doubled, so it would be 4 because I'm in my wild shape.
He makes the save.
Damn it. All right.
So with that, we go to Sarah. That will hit. Nice.
Jesus. 68.
Alright. Then she's going to move her gizmo up. And Alistair, you're up.
Wait, who did she just shoot?
Shot the merchant.
For 42 damage, and he's still staying. Okay. I see. I
Jesus.
see. I see.
42 damage. Jesus.
Yeah, so she takes aim. You see the rifle hit the man, and then the slug explodes, but you see that it kind of is absorbed by his body. It only leaves a
Jeez.
slight marring on him.
Hmm.
Alistair, yep.
Another chance to use my funny spell lost. Alright, I will hide. And then
We should try to take him alive, right, guys?
I
Or,
thought
you know,
so.
at least in turn.
Yeah, I thought so,
Mhm.
but I don't. We can try to do non-lethal attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's the thing. I'm wondering if I should avoid doing a lot of spell damage to him then. But
I think if you just let Caleb know that you're doing a non-lethal,
It's just hard to do that. He's right. It's hard to do that with certain types of spells.
Oh, okay.
I thought that if the spell kills him, then you can't do it non-lethal. Am I wrong about that? I thought I read that somewhere
So
in the
you
rules.
can't change spell damage to non-lethal.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So.
So I snuck, and then I came down here, and I'm gonna shoot this guy in the leg, non-lethally.
That's a targeted attack, so that'll be a regular roll.
Wait, I have to take a disadvantage to be a non-lethal.
No, you said you're shooting him in the legs. So that's a targeted attack. So
Oh! I'm just I was trying to give
it would
flavor
be a
to being
regular
non.
roll. So you'd lose
Sorry.
your advantage if you're doing a
Right.
targeted attack.
Right. Sorry, I misunderstood. When you say targeted attack, is that different than non-lethal attack? When I said the leg, that was my way of communicating non-lethality.
Oh, okay. No, just
sorry.
if you're doing non-lethal damage, specify non-lethal.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
If you're
Okay, yeah.
shooting to aim for a specific body part, that is considered a targeted
Right.
attack.
I don't care what non-vital part of him I hit.
You're just trying not to kill him. Got it.
What?
Yeah.
What? What? would the
Yeah,
benefit of
I want to shoot him in his general adipose tissue. I don't care what part of it. Just like some back fat is fine.
I feel like this is the perfect thing for I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh my
I
god.
was gonna say yes. What is the benefit to a targeted attack, Caleb?
Yeah, I can imagine like maybe if you were like trying to hit like something specific.
So the benefit to a targeted attack is if you want to aim for a specific body part, such as a head, to inflict critical damage or something like that, or if you're trying to slow an opponent's movement by making a targeted attack to their legs, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's more of an
Totally,
RP aspect where the DM can decide to make an additional effect.
Got it.
As far as non-lethal damage goes, you still have to reduce them to 0 hit points.
Right.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Okay, I see.
It has to be melee. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can't do it with crossbow.
Yeah, I think you can only do non-lethal damage with a melee attack.
Oh.
Okay.
Correct. So
gonna
how
reduce the
non-lethal
critical
works
damage.
is you have to reduce it to 0 hit points with a melee attack, and then you can choose to knock them out instead of kill them.
I
Okay,
see.
so I don't have the option of gently tickling him to sleep with crossbow bolts.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
It's the same reason spells don't work as non-lethal.
Well, I mean, if he just took 42
Yeah.
damage,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna sneak attack him lethally. I don't
We can
expect
always
that.
bring-
Exactly.
Would
I'm
it-
not gonna instant kill him. We have a cleric.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
can I ask real quick? Can we at least assess Caleb how close to death he is? A vague sense of like he's really near death, or he's not quite there.
He's
Looking
not
at
quite
him.
there at all.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
He appears to be minorly injured.
I see. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Jake, didn't mean to interrupt.
Good. I'm looking forward to searching his body.
19.
Does
will
19
hit.
hit?
17 damage. All right. Yeah, your
And
bolt hits
I
him
will.
and kind of grazes his thigh.
Do.
It would have been nice if I had hold person now, but sorry.
May, you're up.
Yeah. Trying to think of something more interesting to do.
We did a pretty good job taking out the trash there.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just keep cantripping for now and see what happens. I can
Cantripping
try
so
and toll the
hard.
dead on this guy. As long
balls.
as cantripping balls. I'm gonna go ahead and do this unless you think it's a bad idea. I highly doubt it's gonna kill him, right? Even if I do like 20 damage or so.
We
Oh,
could just
I
keep
could always
killing
bring
him
him
and
back.
bringing him back.
That's true. I could always bring him back. And the thing is, it's probably not going to work because my assumption is this guy has really high wisdom. But let's try it and see what happens. Because it's a wisdom DC. So I'm doing that, Caleb, on him.
That's a 21 on the save, so fails.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll try something different next time. I will move closer to the guy. Let's see. Can I cheat and fly over this area?
Yeah, you can fly.
All right. I'll come over here.
Okay. All right. With that, they are going to kind of huddle up behind this tree and start kind of talking among themselves quietly. Who is she? What is she doing here? That's not who I think it is it? Wildcarver, you're up.
So I think if I understand the movement principles right, I should be able to make it here.
Guys, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Sorry.
Through that difficult terrain, correct?
So difficult terrain halves your movement speed, yeah.
So effectively a 5-foot square would effectively be 10 feet.
Yeah.
So 10, 15 would put me there. That would still leave me with 25 feet. So I can make it there?
Yep.
Okay. Let's make it there. And then I can still throw a javelin. Haha! I win. We're gonna throw that javelin.
24 will hit.
Non-lethally.
And we're gonna go for a non-lethal.
It's gonna
I
be
don't know if I
lethal
can do
because
that.
it's
It's a
range,
joke.
so... Alright, Javelin kind of glances off his arm. Seems to shrug it off.
So,
If anybody has an ability that allows them to then the equivalent of Sindri's divine sense, I would be curious to know if this man is what he seems to be.
With that, the halfling comes running up. Quickly, you must stop him. And with that, she throws out this strange-looking circle of stone towards him. And you see runes flash a brilliant yellow light on them as they land underneath him.
Wait, who threw the stone circle?
She did.
Okay.
It appears
she
to be
just
some
throw
type
snare?
of medallion or something. Bobik, you're up.
All right. I'm going to hit him with my shillelagh.
Okay.
Bonk.
That is going to miss.
Mm.
And then I'm going to use my Halo of Spores.
Okay.
DC 12, and it'll be 8 instead of 4.
All right.
DC 16.
Con
Sorry.
save?
DC 16 con save, yeah.
Yeah, I get 20.
All right.
All right. With that, you hear him chant something and throw a pinch of dust in the air. You see a shadowy door open up in front of him as he steps through. It appears to lead into a dark, empty room, and the door closes behind him.
Oh.
And with that, you guys are out of initiative. And with that, we will also take our first break of the evening. So we'll come back in
Or
about
music?
5 to 10 minutes or so.
Oh, how long were we gonna do this for, guys?
So
don't know.
we're gonna go to about 10:30.
Okay.
Oh, 10:30 or so. Okay.
So we're gonna take a quick, short little break here.
Be back at
You
10.
work? You working tomorrow?
If you were just joining us, they have taken on and freed some slaves from an evil merchant of some type who stepped through a shadowy door to nowhere. What would you guys like to do?
Obikel is just walking around the battlefield saying, "Many blessings for the rot today," and tapping the corpses, and they're all just like decomposing into.
You gotta stop doing that. We gotta search the bodies first.
I'm assuming he'll step out of middle.
Sindri is trying to Sindri. Alistair is trying to stay like kind of out of sight, but he's edging his way closer because he wants to sort of talk to this person.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, May hasn't come across many tieflings in his life, so at some point he's gonna want to make his way over to the other tieflings and talk directly with the formerly enslaved.
All right, so we will go down the initiative order. So that'll start us with Alistair. What is your action? What are you doing first?
I move sort of around these trees like I was doing here and over this way. What is this halfling doing once this guy disappears?
So the halfling is searching the wagons at this point. And she goes to pick up the disc that she threw, and you see that it's cracked in the middle. She picks it up.
I'm like, excuse me.
She looks up at you. How could you let him get away? I told you to stop him.
I like, he blinks and says, pretty sure you said you take the guards, I'll take the merchant. But in any case, did you find anything in those wagons that we just liberated?
No, what I'm searching for is not here, unfortunately.
Who are you? What are you searching for?
I should ask the same for you. What are you doing attacking a caravan on the tradeway? Not that I'm not thankful for your help, but you don't
Why are
seem
all
the
the
type.
NPCs we come across so aggressive?
Untrustworthy times, my friend.
I say, we were like them not too long ago, and don't really have any idea what's going on. Figure, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Maybe the same applies to you?
So you were part of the resistance then?
I say, is this a man or a woman? Or...
It's a woman. It's a woman halfling.
I say, lady, we don't even know what you're resisting.
You don't? I thought you were trying to free them, were you not?
I said we were. We busted out of jail ourselves 2 days ago.
So then
this
you
is,
know what's going on. You know how the world has turned against us.
Well, we are picking it up, but I think we must have been arrested in the first wave because we do not know what is going on. We have been asked for papers that we don't have. We've heard. I said I heard a guy casually talk about eating a tiefling before, or in that town back there.
Yes, I fear that you may have missed much what is going on in the world, but I will fill you in to the best of my ability, but I need to be moving on. As I said, what I'm looking for is not here.
All right. Let's strip the wagons for anything we can. Strip the wagons and the bodies for anything we can use and get into the woods so we can get more information. Agreed, guys?
Sounds good.
Yeah, if Bobik hasn't turned them all to freaking rot.
It doesn't turn coins and magical objects to rot.
Gold doesn't know mushrooms. No mushrooms grow from gold.
Dig
If
through
it
the
grows
pile
mushrooms,
of
that's how you
rock.
know it's no good. That's how you know it's fool's gold.
All right, May, what are you doing?
I go up and I try to talk with the prisoners, starting with the tieflings, because
Alright.
I'm just curious about them. I want to learn.
As you approach the tieflings, they kind of look at you hesitantly as if they're afraid, but you sense there's some sort of, a little bit of trust there as you're the same race. One of them looks up to you and
I speak to
speaks
them in Infernal.
Yeah, one of them speaks to you in Infernal and says, "Are you our liberator? Who are you?"
I start with, I introduce myself. I'm May Krolkier. I'm a servant of Saloon, first and foremost, but who are you? What happened to you people? How did you end up here?
They came upon our encampment while we were sleeping and enslaved us. I lost my brother and my father in the battle. This here is my sister's. He points to one of the non-winged variants, the female there. This is my sister, Anissa. And that is her daughter, Elquin.
How long ago did this happen?
About 3 days ago.
Where were you living before?
Just a small encampment outside of Kalisham. We were fleeing from Elturel shortly before the city was pulled through the strange vortex.
The entire city was pulled through a vortex?
Yes.
Okay, tell me more. What did it look like? What happened?
Alturel's cursed.
I'm not familiar. Is this something I should know?
No.
Probably not. No. Yes. So we were fleeing because Elturel was pulled through the strange vortex. The companion, the second sun, which I'm sure you're familiar with, exploded in this brilliant light that I can only describe as some awful magic. And the whole city was consumed by the light. The next thing we know, it was gone.
Is any of this something that I should know, guys? The second son companion, is this common knowledge?
Yeah, I think some of this is a reference to the Avernus story, but I feel like this is different time, isn't it?
This is a different time, but the companion is always hung over Elturel.
The companion, right? The companion is, but the Avernus revelation is that the companion is like actually this ominous, sinister thing.
Yes, but you wouldn't know that now.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so I ask more. What's he said that I should know? Does May know anything about any of this? Caleb? Do I roll something?
So May would know to a limited extent that Elturel is the city of the Hell Riders, which is, long since had a battle going on with Avernus. About a couple.
Which is another city,
ago.
or
yes, it's another city. So Avernus
is hell.
Yes, it's the first level of the abyssal plane.
Okay, and the companion and the second son, is that the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So there's a second sun which kind of hangs over the city of Elturel, bathing it in light constantly.
I see. Okay, and that exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And then the city got caught up in a vortex, and these guys ran away. Basically, is what he described.
And then they were captured as they were fleeing.
Captured as they were fleeing. Okay, and this all happened 3 days ago, and we were captured like a week ago, or was that also 3 days ago?
It's about a week ago now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that was before. Okay. All right. So I offer them. Do I have anything to offer them? Food rations or something? I try to kind of warm up to them a little bit. I tell them a little bit more about my backstory and how I hadn't really met any other tieflings, to try to kind of, warm up to them a little bit. And then I try to ask them a little bit more about, oh, and by the way, May Krokir is supposed to mean Bringer of Hope in Infernal, just FYI. So
Okay.
they should recognize that.
Yeah.
So, and then I say, what I try to get more sense of what they were before all this happened. Were they just, merchants? What were their lives like?
Okay.
Were they magical people?
Sure. Yeah, we'll come back to that in just a second as you see
Okay, yeah, sorry.
the big Goliath start lumbering past you.
Okay.
Looks over to Wildcarver and calls out in Giant. I recognize you. With that, we come to Wildcarver's turn.
So do I still have half movement on this square? No.
Yes, it is still difficult terrain.
Are you gonna sprint?
So I'm gonna move over in front of him. Explain. How do you know me?
You were our neighbor, were you not? Recognize you. You were the... Sorry, it has been a long few days. But I thought they came to your village and enslaved your people as well. Or am I mistaken? Are you not Thariak Vanaka?
Oh, you're not mistaken. I think I've spent too much time in the cells. What clan are you from?
I am from the Undermountain clan. We're from the Iron Hills.
And your name?
Sorry, forgive me of my poor mannerisms. It's been so long in this strange land away from my own kind. My name is Jasik Voshgara. I was clan chieftain before my entire clan was wiped out by some strange small creatures. They wielded these blades that glowed blue with runes, some I've never seen before. They cut through our skin like hot knives.
I think does Bobik have it, or does Alistair have the one that we
I think Alistair stole it.
confiscated?
Have what?
The
magical
blue
sword we
rune
confiscated from the
blade.
guards.
I didn't hear what you just said.
We got a magical sword from the guards the other day, right? That with runes on it, right? We still haven't identified it.
Shit, I didn't write that down.
Yeah, remember when
we
you
stole it from him.
used Mage Hand to sneak it out of there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that bit of information that he just gave me, I'm going to turn to Alistair and holler over to him. Hey, Alistair, you still have that blue blade?
Alistair sort of, without looking up, just mage hands it over.
You see the Goliath visibly frightened at this point, and he takes a step back.
Whoa, friend. I just we came upon some guards the other night, and we ended up being able to requisition this from them. What do you know about it?
All I know is that it cut through my people like it was nothing. We could not even bring them back from the dead.
So it's that powerful.
It is an awful thing. You should be done with it. It can bring you no glory.
No, we don't seek glory with this. We just seek to understand it. Figure out a way to counteract it.
We must identify that.
So I'm gonna in my Goliath-like ways, I'm gonna toss it back towards Alistair.
You see a sword come hurtling towards you, Alistair.
Can I make a sleight of hand roll to catch it with my mage hand?
Sure. As you attempt to catch it, it stops just inches from your face.
That was generous of you. Thank you. I take it out of the air with my real hand.
So how long have you been captured?
I've been with this crew for 3 days, but they took my village a week ago.
So it must have happened right at the same time. I wonder if they hit both the camps at a coordinated attack.
It sounds like that our foe may be stronger and wiser than we anticipate. I fear there's much wrong with the world these days.
Where did you go from the time you were taken from camp to the time that that you've been with these people for these tieflings for the past 3 days? What happened in between then?
I don't remember. They drugged me. Next thing I know, I woke up in chains with those people over there. He points behind him.
Do you have any information from those people, from those tieflings over there?
I do not understand their tongue. It hurts the ears.
I understand all too well. I travel with one myself.
With that, we jump to Sarah, who has come up to the halfling, and you see her make some hand gestures, and the halfling seems startled for a second and then begins signing back. Appears that they're having a silent conversation.
Not Thieves' Cant?
Not Thieves' Cant. Bobik,
I just realized that I had muted myself for the past minute. I just wanted to let you know that I do have the spell Identify, but I'm missing a pearl. Just FYI.
We'll get you a pearl. We'll find one.
Bobik just walks up to the halfling lady, and as any corpse he walks by, he just taps it with his staff, and they just like rapidly decompose. And he says to her, "Bad men with chains. The resistance is fighting them?"
We are seeking to undo the justice upon the world. After the great shattering, I fear that an evil power has risen in its wake.
The rot does not like chains. Congratulations. The rot is now part of your resistance.
She looks confused, and you see her sign a few things to Sarah, and Sarah just smiles and says, "You'll get used to him."
Let us start to resist. And he continues to walk around the field tapping.
Alright, so...
Alistair's looking at Sarah, and he's like, so not just some random prisoner of the... So perhaps not such a mysterious imprisonment after all?
She looks over and gives you a little wink. So with that, everybody kind of gathers around. The wagons are broken down, and you see the small halfling has placed what appears to be a small square object on the side of each of the wagons. You see that there are runes engraved into it. And a few seconds later, you hear a slight pop as the wagons kind of twist and warp and are consumed into this square-like object.
Whoa.
Cool.
With this, the horses are clearly unable to be controlled and take off running. If anybody wants to make an animal handling roll, you're welcome to do so now.
To try to calm the horses?
Mm-hmm.
I can try, but...
Bobik could, but he would want them to be free.
I would probably try, just in case.
Would I be able
one
to
of them
do
would come in
that
handy.
along with being able to talk with them to try and calm them down?
Sure, I'll give you advantage on it.
Sweet.
So that'd be on one of the horses. Yeah.
Alright, so May manages to grab one of the horses that was running off this way and manage to calm it down. It's still visibly irritated and very confused, but it seems to be relatively calm right now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, that
So
everybody begins to group up here.
I'm
I
biding
wanted
my
to-
time for a wild carver to find something valuable so that I can just be like, loop.
So
I
those of
wanted
you
to-
that are searching, let me give you the loot list real quick. There is a total of 55 gold, 3 official documents that are signed and sealed, and then what appears to be a manifest listing a huge ledger of names, probably over 100 names or so, with various prices attributed to each name.
Mm-hmm. No pearls.
No pearls.
I wanted to keep trying to get some more information from the tieflings. I mean, let me know
Sure.
if it's okay to metagame if I'm wasting time and there isn't much more to gain, but I wanted to try to get more information basically on why were they taken as slaves because they were tieflings, were they punished because they had done magic, and I also want to talk with the gnomes and get a sense of what their backstory is.
Yeah, so as you talk to the tieflings, the information you're able to gather from them is they were captured roughly all around the same time, 3 days ago, as they were fleeing from El Terrell. Other than that, they're really not sure what's going on. They saw, the second sun kind of implode on itself and suck the city in, so they assume something is going on with magic, and then they are very scared of pretty much everybody at this point, as everything that they are familiar with is kind of turned upside down. So they're not really sure where they should go or what they should do at this point.
So at this point, I would like to talk with Sarah and the halfling and with the rest of the group and see, does anyone have any ideas of what the story about the sun imploding and all that stuff? Anyone have any more information on any of that? And I look at the halfling as well to see if she knows anything or is willing to share anything.
Sure. What do you want to ask her?
I mean, were you familiar with this event that these folks are describing? Do you know what happened?
I'm not too familiar with what has happened to them, but I know the plight they suffer all too well. I'm looking for my brother, Varian. Yes, I had hoped he would be amongst them, but yeah, he's not.
So tell me more about the resistance. I don't want to monopolize the conversation, by the way, guys. Anyone jump in, interrupt. Did we learn more about the resistance? Did I miss that?
So after some talking, you guys get a general understanding that the resistance was founded in the hopes to free magical creatures against improper persecution. There has been a strange uprising of significant nobles who have all started to act rather peculiar, different to their normal natures, enacting strange laws they never normally would have thought about. And there has been an increase of these guards with these strange weapons roaming around.
Are the guards themselves people who had never been around before? Or is it just that the weapons are new and the sort
weapons,
of
the weapons are
military aesthetic?
new, and it's kind of like a military
new
lockdown,
union.
if you will. Yeah.
Right. And what about the you said these nobles who've been acting weird? Like, is like this guy, this merchant dude who we just encountered, one of those, an example of that? Like, is it like they're like using magic that they didn't have before? Is it that they're like big super racist, like
so
genocide?
there's a lot of racism going on against the lesser races, if you will, and that's pretty
part
much
of what
the
I'm trying to
general
understand
sense.
is
there
Is
was
that
a great.
racism new, or was that
So that is
in
new.
line
That
with-
happened after the cataclysm, which
okay?
happened about 2 weeks ago. There was a brilliant flare in the sky about 2 weeks ago, which you all would have known about.
But it's even weirder than that, right? It's more than just that. Like, there's like a bunch of reactionaries who are like mistrusting and even arresting magic users. Like when I went to an inn last session, Omid, and the innkeeper offered me tiefling for breakfast.
Ooh,
Like it was
okay, I
like
see.
it was normal.
Okay,
Which I
see,
feel like
yeah.
that doesn't happen in like 2 days.
That's not normalized.
yeah.
Correct. Yes. So you guys are starting to get a sense that perhaps there's more going on here. The fact that these nobles are kind of banding together seems strange because they're
Right.
nobles who wouldn't normally talk to each other. In fact, some of them probably had disputes with each other.
But it's also more than just like a Rwanda 1996 like spontaneous uprising of genocide. It's like there's like a weird
Someone
occult.
seems to be pulling the strings.
Yeah,
behind
Yes.
yeah, and
this,
people are in it. They're like too far, too fast into
And
it.
so the resistance has kind of founded itself on finding out what's going on.
Oh, good. That's what our man. That's our goal.
Unless I try to communicate telepathically with Alistair before I bring this up, but unless you have any objections, Alistair, I want to share that whole ordeal with the trolls and the. I'm trying to figure out if we know anything else about children being given
Yeah.
godlike powers.
I say no. I think it's a good idea to bring it up. I
Yeah.
think that it's
So
we don't
let's
we
go
don't
ahead,
understand we don't understand what the lines are that connect all
Yeah.
these dots, but we know that they're there. You know.
So let's describe that event because both Sarah and the halfling, obviously weren't with us. Let's describe it to both of them and see if either of them have any information, if they've seen similar events, if they can shed some light on that.
Robic is listening to all of this very intently and handing out good berry mushrooms
Goodberries.
to all the prisoners.
You see that the gnome has taken one and pops it in his mouth and chews, and he smiles, gives a slight little nod of his head as thanks. But the tieflings don't want to take any.
I tell them in Infernal it's okay. It may seem weird, but it's actually really delicious.
You see the youngest one, the daughter there, kind of hesitantly reach out and take one and try it. After a while, she smiles and turns to the others and says in Infernal, "Yeah, it's actually not that bad." And they take them as well. So.
But he's like,
Yeah, so
Bobik's
Sarah
like
and the
armpit
halfling.
skin tags.
Hey, as long as they're delicious, who cares where they come from?
So nutritious.
All right. So as we begin
Start
to
sharing
wrap
up her
up
rock.
today, is there any other questions you'd like to ask before we end the
Yeah.
session?
The question about the turning the children into godlike things. Does Sarah or the halfling know anything about that? We described the event we saw with the trolls. You know what I'm talking about, Caleb?
Yes. So Sarah looks at you with a look of shock and horror on her face. They would do that to a poor little girl?
Well, I told her about it earlier.
No, I thought you guys never had a chance to discuss that, right?
I don't
No,
think
we
they
t-
actually did talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes, so in that case...
I wasn't there. I wouldn't have known.
Yes, so let me rephrase that. Yes, they told me earlier about that. I can't believe such a thing is happening. This is the first I've heard of it.
And she seemed to be telling the truth. I'm starting to.
Yeah,
Insight.
make an insight roll.
I'll make one too if I may.
Sure. She seems, shocked and confused as to how such a thing could happen. There's a visible look of disgust on her face as she thinks over the moment.
And then the halfling.
Halfling, her face is kind of reserved. She doesn't seem to give any sign one way or the other.
So I directly asked her, does she know anything about this?
I can't
Has she
say that
heard
I
of other
have,
similar
but I
stories?
need to find my brother.
Okay. Mm.
Where's he?
I thought he was with one of these caravans. He may already be in the city.
Which city are you talking about?
I had heard he was being transferred to Waterdeep, but This caravan left Waterdeep, and if he was not with them, he may still be in the city. I need to be on my way there as soon as possible. It is a long journey.
Why are they picking up halflings? Aren't you guys like, like us, I say? With some embarrassment.
May like raises an eyebrow at that comment. Oh, by the way, also, he didn't like the fact that you said those people, Wild Carver. But anyway.
My brother was born with a gift.
Can you speak giant?
I can, actually.
Oh, okay.
May knows a lot of languages.
Yeah.
My brother was born with a gift. You see, he was not well liked even amongst our own people. He did not take the study that father wanted him to, and so his powers grew, and they were untamed. I fear that is why he's been picked up. They either seek to turn him into a weapon or kill him.
So he was not he is not being persecuted for his race as these three are.
I don't believe so. He may be persecuted for his abilities. Seems that they are picking many folk up like him who are born with a gift.
Yes, obviously, Alistair says, looking at his fingernails.
Father
We
wanted
must
him to
bring
go
them
study
all
at the
back into
Mages
the
Guild.
What was that?
His father wanted him to study under the Mages Guild, but he did not like his gift. He shunned it. He was prone to outbursts. I've shared too much already. Sarah leans over and puts an arm on the halfling's shoulder. It's okay. I understand. My father was not always accepting of me either.
I say, and you, young Miss Oberyn, how did you join the Resistance?
What do you mean? Not joined anything. I'm simply here with you. I happen to know this friend. She is a member of the Tinkers Guild.
Well, you are of the rot, and the rot is now in the Resistance, so we are all in the Resistance now.
I suppose you're right, Bobek.
Does she seem to be telling the truth just now?
Make another insight roll if you'd like.
Furious.
Yeah, for the most part, she's being honest with you. You don't see that she's intentionally trying to deceive you.
Huh. Alright.
So.
All right, I'm starting to fall asleep, guys.
Yep, I
Is
think
there
that's
anywhere
where
we can
we'll
take-
end tonight too. So.
A long rest.
Kubik also needs a nap.
All right, so you guys, we'll end the session with you guys kind of huddling around, building a camp, a couple 100 feet off the main road in a secluded area,
Nice.
and then we will pick up next week with you
We
guys
consider
waking
that
up.
a long rest.
Yeah. By the way, you guys
Sounds
also
good.
level up.
Yes!
Ooh,
Actually-
that's exciting.
I don't actually know what I get.
So with that, we will end the night. Thank you everybody for joining us, and we hope to see you
Thank you.
during our next episode.